Hello people, welcome back to the channel. And today what I want to talk about is the transfer business that I'm seeing online and the how the transfer business is going so far for the clubs. I'm not going to talk about just Liverpool, but I'm also going to touch up on other clubs that I've seen movements in their clubs. There is Arsenal to talk about. They've made a couple of signings, very interesting ones. As to whether they are going to work or not, only time will tell. But I do think that what is happening right now is that the transfer season is very active. It is very interesting. There's always something coming up. There is always something interesting, something intriguing that we can talk about. As far as the top teams are concerned, I think Manchester City have made signings, Liverpool, Arsenal, as I mentioned, maybe with the exception of Man United, who are a bit slow in the market. I think everybody is trying to get what they want. And for me, my wish is that all the teams that are competing for the Premier League trophy, I mean the top teams, Chelsea, Manchester United. Why am I even adding Manchester United? But anyway, let's say the big six, right? The traditional big six. They are all trying to get what they want, and I hope that everybody gets what they want, because what I want to see in the upcoming season is a competitive league, and I want it to be competitive at the top, not just at the mid-table level. Because last season we saw that the mid-table teams are very good. They can take points off anyone in the league. So we know that these teams are very competitive. It is nothing new, right? It's been like that for quite some time in the Premier League. So I'm not too bothered about that, but I do want to see a league where the top teams, every one of the top teams have what they want, they have what they need. So for example, if I take Arsenal, I'm not going to sit here and say their signings are going to work or they are not going to work. I just want to have a situation where there is no excuse to come out and say that this reason or that reason is why Arsenal couldn't win the league this season. So no matter what you want to say about how long it takes new signings to settle in, we can't continue to be giving excuses, right? So I want every team to sign the players they want, the players they've been linked with. I hope that Arsenal get Eze, they get Gyökeres done as soon as possible, even Rodrigo if they can. I want Liverpool to also get their targets. I'm a Liverpool fan, so we've heard rumors about Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, and so on and so forth. Maguire. For me, I'm not going to comment about which player should come or which player shouldn't come. That is not my job. There are people who are experts. They've been hired and they are being paid to figure out who the team needs. For me, I want to sit behind my television from the 15th of August and watch my team play beautiful football, irrespective of who they bring in. I just want to see the beautiful football going on. So I'm not really bothered about who comes in or who doesn't. It just has to be the right person. And people at the club who have been paid to figure that out, it's their job to do that. I'm not going to spend so much time commenting about it. When we look at Chelsea, of course, they are the world champions, right? No matter what you want to say about how they won the Club World Cup or how they played last season, the teams they've played against, and so on and so forth, they are the world champions. And I expect that they improve upon their performance in the Premier League from what they did last season. I'm not going to say they are going to win it, because I think they will be affected by the tiredness that comes with playing so many games in the season. No matter how big your squad is, no matter how much you rotate, I think there's always going to be a toll on the players if they have to stay in camp and train day in, day out and prepare for games. So that is going to take a toll on the Chelsea team. I also think that Manchester City, even though they've purchased players, I think they have what they want. They wanted to get in more midfielders, more creativity. So they've got players like Ryan Cherky, they have Tijani Reinders, Marmoush came in January. So in terms of creativity, I think Manchester City are sorted. As to whether their defensive midfield issues have been addressed, that is something that we live to see in the coming season. So I'm not going to give any judgment on how City are going to perform, but I still think that there's an adjustment process that has to go on for them. I wouldn't conclude that they are fully back yet unless I see more evidence to support or suggest that they are actually fully back. When I look at a team like who else is a challenger for the Premier League apart from Liverpool? Okay, so Liverpool, let's talk about Liverpool. So Liverpool have brought in Florian Wirtz. They have brought in two left fullback, a left fullback, a right fullback, and I think they are going in the right direction. When it comes to goal scoring, Liverpool had no issues last season, and I don't expect there to be any issue. If anything at all, I expect an improvement in Liverpool's goal scoring and chance creation. The second thing is the defense. The defense, Liverpool had the second best defense last season. I expect that to be the same or even better. So if we can improve on our goal scoring based on the players we are bringing in, even if everything stays the same with the defense, I think Liverpool also have a shout at winning the Premier League and also hopefully going very far in the Champions League and even winning it if possible. So Arsenal, I touched a little bit on Arsenal earlier on. Today I'm a bit all over the place with this video, but pardon me for that. So Arsenal, I think Arsenal have lost a few players. So they've lost Thomas Partey, they've lost Jorginho, and so bringing in Zubimendi and Norgard is sort of a replacement for those two players who have left. But even aside that, we all know that Arsenal needed reinforcements in their team, especially in the attacking positions. So they brought in Noni Madueke. I don't think it's confirmed yet, but I think that deal is almost done. They are almost done with Victor Gyökeres, and we are expecting that Arsenal will sign Eberechi Eze as well. So that would mean 3 attacking players in Arsenal's team, and I think that would be an improvement from what they had last season. Even if the quality of the players themselves are no improvement on those who are starting now, the depth, the fact that they are improving their depth bodes well for them in the upcoming season. So I think Arteta has no excuse next season. No matter what you think about how long it takes players to adjust, I think he has to win something. I'm not saying it has to be the Premier League, but he has to compete. Especially, he has to compete on multiple fronts, right? So if he gets to 2 finals, for example, and pushes whoever in the league to the last day, and even if he doesn't win it, I think that would be a successful season. But if he doesn't compete like he did last season, not competing for anything, because reaching semi-finals is not competing, and finishing 10 points behind the winner of the Premier League is not competing. So he has to compete. The very least he can do is to compete. Even if he doesn't win anything, there's no excuse for competing. Yeah, so I'll end here with my video. I'll come back later on with updates if I hear any confirmation on the transfer side, especially for Liverpool. See ya.